What's good, my fine and beautiful people? It's your boy Brian Keith. I'm here to discuss. Today is March 9th. I believe it's the day Biggie had passed, met his unfortunate demise. But here we're not here to talk about that particularly. But I am here to talk about dealing with, I won't say a woman scorn, but just a woman, period. And the ugliest part of a woman's, the creature's, the B-Dub's nature, and the dangerous game she is willing to play with everybody's lives. Everybody. You know, today was Biggie's passing, and I said, you know what? It made me think of something. I said, I know she dealt with Tupac, and they're talking about the record that she did. It didn't come out, and I believe she knocked him down because I believe at the same time, Biggie was really more involved with Charlie Baltimore, and he had his whole life he was about to start over there if he was able to make it back home. That we all know. So I was curious as to when was Biggie Jr. born, and when did she sleep with Tupac, and when she recorded that record. Now, there's a lot of details about the story, about what's true, what's not true, this and the third. But what I do know, and if you look back into my earlier videos, well, I'm gonna say it again here. Most of the time in relationships, it's unfortunate, but most of the time when kids come into play, it's a great number of times that your girl would get pregnant when she feels like it's near the end, or it's actually near the end. And for whatever reason, that's the time that they decide that they want to get pregnant. I had to look at some videos because I knew I've heard the stories, the backstories about, she met up with Tupac a few times, hotels, recordings, and Tupac finally knocked it down. This is after Tupac came out of jail. So it appears that, via my research, that she was with Tupac in October 95, knocking it down, right? Tupac did what he did, most likely out of vengeance, and Faith as well, while still married to Biggie. She goes to California, says his business. This business, I think they said Wait Till Exhale was out, or The Bodyguard. I think Wait Till Exhale came out. One of them Whitney Houston movies premiere was out. She was in California, writing and whatever. Opportunity presented itself. They hooked up. He knocked it down. Moved on. A year later, CJ, Christopher Wallace Jr., is born. But previous to that, shit already hit the fan. Mind you, Little Kim was already in play. Charlie Baltimore's where Biggie really wanted to go was in play. All this shit hit the fan. They was already broken up. Let's say broken up, but they was already on the outs, on their way to divorce. Now you gotta ask yourself, how dangerous was it for her to... Now I know Biggie was probably wrong or whatever, and Biggie says too, if I'm not mistaken, that or Gene Deal might have said it in his broadcast, was that Biggie and Faith was really an industry move. It had less to do with love, but it had more to do with industry. And mind you, Faith already had a child beforehand, already been married, so this is her second marriage. And mind you, she's on her way out with Biggie. She had her first marriage, on the second, on her way out with Biggie. Now, this East Coast, West Coast, never mind East Coast, West Coast, just two guys, two talented guys, two Geminis at that, high-spirited, hustlers, men, by anybody's recall. These are guys in their full masculinity, and who was about their hustle and business. Why would she do that? Why would she even entertain a phone call from this cat? You know what I'm saying? Never mind the music and the business and all that. How dangerous is that? Why not just leave Biggie alone? I'm not saying, had to take the high road, but knowing all that had gone on, why do that? And then, okay, you did it. All right, she did it. She got Biggie back. She slept with his worst enemy, right? She did that. But then, like I said, all this is going down in October of 95. CJ is born. I looked at CJ, grown man. He looks like Biggie, a light-skinned version. So you're talking about 3 months later, she ends up getting pregnant with CJ, right? He's born in 96. Biggie, I believe, died in 96, 97. Yeah, he had that pass away in 97. And they, they got a divorce. So if you're already on the outs, right? You slept with his enemy. They say in the song, we talking about shot bang, shot up her cherry M3. Shot the M3, the cherry Benz 3 times or whatever. It was faith car, because when she went to California and slept with Tupac, Biggie found out immediately. It was reported back to the West Coast immediately. So before she even get on the plane to get back home, it already happened. He already knew. But like I said, my thing is here is you did what you did. Why get pregnant? Why get pregnant? And this is what I'm talking about. This is the biggest issue. You're dangerous, you're sleeping around, and then to top it off, you get pregnant. Why? That's what I don't understand. Why? Now you gotta trail this baby behind and all these back stories. You did what you did and let's just leave it. Okay, we call it even. But now you bring in a baby and you already know it's over. Right? You would think sleeping with my enemy was like the cherry on top. But now you get pregnant. And it's always, I'm going to say it's always, but it's just been my experience, that it always appears that it's always towards the end of a relationship, you're on the way out, that now they want to have a baby. And this is why I always say, most important reason I say, be proactive. Meaning, always take the steps to protect yourself. That's the number one reason why I say that. And I learned that. I learned that from my wife. She made me realize that. Like I said, our marriage ain't perfect, and she's always fighting for the sisterhood. But like I said, I try not to blame the messenger. I try to receive the message, and that was a message that I had to put in my back pocket. Was even though in my relationships, the girlfriends that I had, they were on birth control. At least they were on birth control, because I seen them do it. Traditional birth control. What did I do to prevent and protect myself, to keep accidents from slipping up? And I had to be honest. I didn't do much. So I wasn't proactive, and I wasn't being accountable for myself. Even though if I didn't want that to happen, what was I doing? Even though we were in a relationship, what was I doing to keep that from happening? You know what I'm saying? So there is an accountability factor, to the holder of the penis. but like I said, why would she create such a dangerous situation and made a worse situation worse? The worst situation even more worse by having a baby. Then a year later from that, well, not even a year later, probably, probably 6 months later, if I'm not mistaken, because he was born in 96, so about 6 months later, Biggie's gone. Bananas. And that's the shit I don't understand. This is why I say, be proactive, gentlemen. Be proactive. Protect yourself. Protect yourself, because you move it under this one plan. Now, you might have a plan and you going this way, and y'all had a talk and y'all know that she's going that way. We're just meeting here in the middle for a hot second or however long the time is. Or you're together and y'all have this plan. It's not the fly by night, but you're together, and this is the plan that we're taking towards the future. And all of a sudden you find out that boom, there's a monkey wrench in the plan. Now, kids are a blessing, but it would be kind of nice if it was planned. That we that we had this plan in place of how we were going to proceed in our future. And a lot of times, more likely than not, she would have made the decision for you about what the future is going to be. And it's a very selfish decision. Very, very selfish. Not even for you, young man, but for the child that comes into play. But because you didn't have that decision, you know, you can be in this child's life with a little bit of animosity. You know what I mean? You're not fully prepared or planned to give a child or to provide a child with the necessities and the basic necessities of being present around the clock, being available around the clock. You know? So, like I said, on Biggie's pass on his anniversary, you know, I really have to say that Faith played a dangerous game, the most dangerous game, the most selfish game. And she could lie about it all she wants. They all will lie about it. They do that best. They do that easy. They will lie. She has lied. She's put it in print. Lie. She's caught. There's plenty of witnesses, but she's going to stick to what she's going to stick to until she dies. But numbers don't lie. It doesn't add up. I believe Tupac. I believe Biggie. Neither one of them are here, but like I said, the math never lies. Math is the universal language. Math is the universal language besides music. Alongside music, I should say. So, gentlemen, be careful. Be careful. Like I said, do the background check so that way the more control you have, the more input you have, the better relationship you will have. Vet out your partner. Vet them out. And if you don't want to be bothered, please don't entertain it. Please don't always imagine this person. If I ever have a baby with this person, can I be with this person for a stretch? And if not, shake and bake. And if you plan to just be a pump and dump kind of guy, forgive me for lack of a better term, because I ain't got that kind of time. If you're really just a pump and dump kind of guy, you just out here just want to be entertained or just, find entertainment, please be proactive and protect yourself, because it's a very dangerous game. Very dangerous game. A chick can see you out there and size you up and make all kinds of plans for you that you have no knowledge of. And God forbid, it's a dangerous plan. You know what I'm saying? It's very dangerous. The game she played, very dangerous. And as you see, turned out to be very deadly. Because both the guys she slept with are not here. And that's a story that tends to reoccur, where guys are fighting for a girl that's not really worth fighting for, and both guys go. And they family suffer. So either one dies, usually one dies, one goes to jail. And here she goes, she moves on to the next relationship. And create more kids and just go on about her life. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever find yourself in that predicament, walk away. Walk away. If you see this person, she could be not somebody you don't plan to settle down with, just someone for the night, please take precaution. Because Lord have mercy, it could be a deadly game you're playing. A deadly game. You know what I'm saying? So, cheers to both my guys, Tupac and Biggie. Cheers to you guys. Remember, like, comment, and give me that HBO special. Subscribe. Please, my numbers is coming up, so I'm very happy about that. If you want to, like I said, I'm doing a monologue here. If you want a dialogue, hit me up on the comments. I'm here, I'm ready, I'm willing. And I'm really looking forward to our future together. Alright, it's your boy Brian R. Keith, the inside man with the purple pill perspective. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.